more. Continuing on with the Series 2A88 suffix B teardown. So last video I think we talked a little bit about the diesel engine that I received, and I've got that there patiently waiting. But not to get too sidetracked, I want to continue with the next steps of the dismantle, which is effectively now looking at taking the bulkhead out. Now, in terms of complexity, actually it's not that complex at all. I will be removing the two outrigger bolts. Now, of course, these two are the ones that are suspect to giving grief. So let's hope that's not the case. I've given it plenty of time to clear up. I've given it the wire brush, etc., etc. So we'll see how we go. And what I'm doing with these two supports is removing them from the chassis as well. So there's 3 on each side there. And there might be a couple of other bits and bobs that I've forgotten in terms of wiring and so on, but I've gone through and looked at it and all the wiring and everything else is disconnected. So I'll just go ahead and start with the outrigger ones. Deal with these two first. That's the condition there. And what I'm hoping to do is either get someone to help me lift it off, or I might be using the hoist, which is something that was just recently purchased between a mate and I. We've gone halves in it, and that'll help me lift the motor out of the motor and gearbox out of this one, and then put the gearbox in here and the motor in there as well. So it's going to be used quite a bit. Anyway, enough of that. I'll keep drinking my coffee while I'm undoing some nuts and bolts, and I'll kind of go through and show you what I find. Alright, so just took that out. So what I just did was I just applied quite a bit of lubrication, went quite slowly with it, didn't just try to reef it off. So that's fine. Later on I'll try separating it there. But what I'll do is, that side's it's loose now. So that shouldn't be too difficult to take out. But before I actually take this out, I want to leave that in as support, and I want to do the others. So do the other side and then do the 3 on each side of those. All right, the other side. You can see I've already taken that out, and again I just try to apply as much, and this gets hot as I said, so you just got to be careful, but this is kind of really coming out quite nicely at the moment. Okay, so the next step is to take these 3, 1, 2 and 3, over here. That's come out nicely as you've seen. But for some reason that's still stuck on the back, while the other side I can actually rotate it and it's free. So I suspect it's probably got a little bit of rust jamming that in there, but I'll get to that later. So let's get with these ones. So they're, looks like they're 1/2 inch. Bit of crud and paint on here. Seems to be alright. So that one's quite loose in there. Taking the other 2 out. This is what they look like. And the other side I've done the same. Taking 2 out. Left 1 more in there. They're actually very easy to take out. Slowly making progress. It's moved because I can now move the washer. I suppose 1 out of 8 ain't bad. Right, so I gave it a bit of diesel, and whether it's coincidental or not, After about 5 minutes it started working. Beautiful. I suspect the weight of the bulkhead is now firmly on this, so I don't think it's actually stuck any longer, it's just the weight. So as I said before, I'm going to try to suspend the weight on the hoist. So you can see here that we've finally got that out and up. Just as well I had a friend of mine here to assist. So we'll these end ones here, they do hold on and take the weight. So what we've done is we've used the hoist to try to take a little bit of the weight, but of course where I've tied it up here, it meant that the entire bulkhead flipped initially, but that's okay. There was no damage, so that's all good. Still need to disconnect these, so we'll just do that soon. So this side was quite good. This side actually came out really fine. There was no issues there. It was the other side that was really stuck, and as you saw I had to use plenty of lubricant and diesel, and I still can't even budge that yet. So that's something that I've got to look into and clean that up. So that was the only one. The others were fine. These 6, they came out okay. So this is a major milestone. Just managed to squeeze it through there as you saw, which is great. Now I've got to find a spot to sit it in, somewhere that's secure. As you can see, there's I'm running out of space due to my disorganisation really. At the moment this is going to be secure. Just was worried about that slipping out, hence I've got these old tyres as an anchor point. Hopefully they'll do the job, but it's not too bad, it's actually quite stable there. Right, so now we've got a few things that are remaining above the chassis. So they include obviously the brake lines, the wiring, the old mounts, both engine and transmission mounts, a couple of other little things like obviously the earth wire over there. So then once I've done all that, once I've cleared all that, then I can start working on removing the springs and axles. So that'll be another nice little interesting job. So we're making a lot of progress. So I'll leave it at that, and in the next video I'll start with, as I said, the disassembly of the rest of the gear on here. Until then, as always, thanks for watching.